Hey, y'all trying to talk about rug talk?
Oh, brother.
Hello, friends. Welcome back to my channel. My name's Chelsea. If you're new, if you're not new, welcome back. I'm just a lady with a camera, a bulldog, and too many opinions. We know that. We are here. We need to talk about rug talk because holy doo-doo, that is what it is, a pile of. So we're going to give you a little synopsis. Super quick. Then we're going to go over some of the unsavory, not cute, unethical aspects of this person. And then also what she's doing now. Ugh. And how she's coming for the girlies, those gyros, the girlies over at the Do We Know Them podcast, Jesse and Lily. But before we get started, just to give you an update, we are okay. Yes, Tampa, specifically South Tampa, has gone through 2 back-to-back quite ridiculous and devastating hurricanes. During the first hurricane, our house did flood, and that sucks. Obviously, we're still working through that. We did not evacuate right away for that one. And then we just literally were running away from the water as it was rushing in. Storm surge and flash floods are super spooky, especially when they happen at night. But like I said, the baby, which really he's a toddler now, but the little bean boy, the bulldog Wiggum, my husband and I are safe and sound. Thank God. We just got power back yesterday. We had been displaced for almost a week. We are feeling super grateful and blessed and just ridiculously lucky that we did not lose our house. A lot of our friends and neighbors, people in our area have either completely lost their house. Some people have lost their lives. Some people have lost literally everything that they own. And thankfully for us, that is not the case. So of course, I want to be able to use my platform for good, and follow me on Instagram, which you should. I am CC Suarez across all social media. All of that's linked down below too. But if you follow me on Instagram, you see that I have been posting about aftermath of the storm, just posting about the back-to-back hurricanes in general, and posting the hurricane relief Amazon registry that I put together. No, I do not make any commission off of that. Yes, I am an Amazon affiliate, but it's a registry. I don't make money off of that. I'm specifying that specifically because there are scammy influencers who have been doing this and making commission off of it, which is distasteful and unethical in my eyes. I'll be doing a full video on that, but I did just want to shout that out. I'll have it linked down below. It's also I'm also putting it on my community tab. I'm basically posting it all over social media, in my link tree, all that, so that we can, try to share it as much as we can and get these hurricane relief boxes with supplies and stuff delivered to families who are temporarily displaced, indefinitely displaced, have lost everything, who really just need help. So we will be delivering, I say we, because it's, me and my husband, and then another one of my influencer friends, Kelsey Duncan, who has also been taking donations and really helping out in the St. Pete area, especially the barrier islands, because they have just been destroyed. It's awful. If you're able to give, that is amazing. Thank you so much. If you're able to purchase 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, however many of the items on there, we appreciate it so much. And all of that's going to my PO box. And then I will be making the actual bins, boxes, whatever, however we decide to do it, and giving some to Kelsey. And then also me and my husband, and then hopefully some of his coworkers will be able to help too, to get these supplies to people to help alleviate even some of the stress that this shit show has caused. Like I said, I'll be doing a full video about kind of natural disaster relief scams and just people being shitty during this time. Just because I think people need to be called out always, but they need to be called out when you're taking advantage of these types of situations, because that's really fucked up. Anyways, let's get into today's topic. So while we are talking about this today, I have to hang up all of my wigs because yes, I took my entire office basically with me when we evacuated to my parents' house. I wasn't going to take all my wigs, but then I did. So I was like, category 5, there's going to be wigs flying all over South Tampa. So I put them all in a trash bag and then put them in my car and skedaddled on out of here. So I need to brush them all out and put them back on their display in the corner of my office. So we're going to be doing that. If I'm able to find all of the links for all of these wigs, I will have them linked down below. I'll also have these nails and this necklace. Y'all always ask me about this necklace. It's from a small business. I love them so much. Bodysuit is from Target. Obsessed. It's like Skims material. It's amazing. So I'll have that link down below too. Literally been filming for 10 minutes. And then also this is the Maybelline Build a Brow pen. And I've been using this the last few days because I ran out of my ABH one and it's a lot more affordable. So I'll share that too. Okay, sorry. Just have to get all that out of the way. So let's go over a little synopsis of rug talk, shall we? Lately on TikTok, the way to go viral, it seems, is by doing a series. Don't get me wrong. I've been trying to do my own series over there and it's not going so well. or performing how I would want it to, but also TikTok's weird. Okay, TikTok's weird. So enter Katie Santry? I don't know. Katie Santry. Katie Santry on TikTok before all of this had, as she says, around 5,000 followers on there. And she was, basically just posting about her life being a mom, having gone through some miscarriages or infertility, something like that, right? Just that journey and just being vulnerable about it. Love that for her. The being vulnerable about it and talking about it, not going through it, obviously. I've been through that myself. It sucks. Now, her whole series was what's in the rug. So I guess her and her partner had moved into this house and they were digging up a tree or putting in a tree or digging in their backyard, I guess, whatever. And they found a old rolled up rug. Who buries a rug? I don't know, right? I'm hooked. I need to see what's in it, which actually, I wasn't that interested, but many people were. To the point where this series of hers has accumulated over 300 million views. I could be wrong. Also, all of this that I'm saying is alleged. Not stating any of this is a fact unless hey, it is, right? This is all my own opinion. This is not bullying. This is me essentially reporting on something and relaying information to you so that you know what's going on. This is not bullying. Okay, girlfriend, don't be playing the victim over here. All right, so they tried to dig up the rug, but they couldn't get to it. And then she called the police, I guess, and had them come over. They brought over cadaver dogs, and these cadaver dogs are trained specifically to sniff out blood, both of them right on the spot where the rug was. The thing is that they're not sniffing out a body, right? And maybe I should say canine instead of cadaver dog, because that makes it sound like they're actually smelling out, they're actually looking for decay or a cadaver, a body, right? So they both sit down right where the rug is. Ominous, great for views, all that. Now let's say this, two things can be true at once. I don't like how this girl plays the victim. We're going to get into that in a minute. I don't like the jokes that she's made or the certain ways that she's gone about certain things and her lack of internet safety, so to speak, and the projection and deflection and all that, right? Just a slew of logical fallacies. However, I do think that she could potentially, if she, reels all that in a little bit, could potentially have the it factor or, the type of storytelling and personality and stuff like that to continue this online career. But with all of everything else, no thank you. So anyways, cadaver dogs sit down. Turns out they took the rug, they got it tested. There was no body. There was nothing in there. They said that it was probably a speck of blood that was on there from a long time ago, right? That's what it could have been. And someone just buried a big ass rug. I don't know. They just buried it. That's it. So hey, are you here for what's in the rug? Are you here for the update? That's the update. There was no body. There was nothing in it. The reason why the dog sat down is because they are trained specifically to sniff out blood, and the rug had a little bit of blood on it. Could be someone's nicked their leg shaving, right? That shit runs all the way down your leg, right? Could be you nicked your dog's little toenail while clipping their toenails. Could be literally anything like that. Could be things that are not diabolical, not dubious, nothing like that, okay? But what's in the rug? Nothing. Nothing was in the rug. That's it. So during this entire series, Katie gained over 2 million followers on TikTok. Now, y'all know that I have said a billion times, and so have other creators too, that gaining a following on TikTok is quite easy. Maintaining it and maintaining those views is not that easy. Other creators, please let me know in the comments below what you think it would be. In my professional opinion, just my opinion, that 2 million or 2.2 million followers on TikTok would be the equivalent of 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. And that ain't nothing. Hey, my podcast, the Here for the Clout podcast, is at 10,000 subscribers. And that's huge. I love that, especially because we've only had, 10 episodes so far? But I do think that that is something that comes into play here, because we're going to be talking about clout quite a bit in today's video. And who better to talk about clout than someone who is the co-host of a podcast called Here for the Clout and is pretty good at distinguishing whether someone is a clout goblin or a clout queen. I think you know what I'm going to say. Okay, one is brushed and ready to be put up. Now, Jesse and Lily over at Do We Know Them did a full episode about all of this, as they do with almost anything, any series, any situation that has gone viral on TikTok or on the internet in general. That is their genre. That is their niche, is internet BS. That's it. And of course, as they do with literally everything, and themselves too, and their friends, they did make jokes here and there about her actions, about the series, about some of the issues that we're going to bring up, right? But those were quite clearly jokes. And I think that is obviously very important to understand. If you cannot handle being talked about on the internet, do not have a job on the internet. And there's a huge difference between being a content creator and being a public figure, such as a actor or singer, artist, performer, whatever. Those types of people can separate themselves from the work itself. Content creators can't do that, especially since our revenue, our views, all of that, our success on these platforms themselves heavily rely, if not solely rely, on engagement with our audiences. That parasocial aspect is really a double-edged sword. So like I have said so many times, with the TikTokification of the chaos machine that is social media, when someone grows so fast in a short amount of time, for instance, this person gaining 2 million followers and over 300 million views on TikTok within like a week, that's crazy. It is crazy. So when you're just a normal person and still have that mindset or perception of yourself and haven't had time to adjust to all of the attention, all the comments and people talking about you, that's going to be really hard. You are sent a podcast, or when you see a podcast that someone's talking about you. And when those people have less than favorable opinions regarding what got you to this point and your actions specifically. And listen, it's her platform, it's the internet. She can say basically whatever she wants. I don't care. But I do just think it's quite entertaining when people interpret being called out for less than favorable, shitty behavior, when they interpret that as bullying and then play the victim and talk about it so much. It's like, girl, that's not what happened. So let's go over what Rug Talk Lady says happened, because it's hilarious.
I just wanted to come on here really quickly and let you know that what you will never see on my page is being really fucking mean, spreading misinformation, spreading lies, and making a random 34-year-old mom in Ohio cry. That's what you won't see. I just had the pleasure of watching an hour and a half podcast of these two really, really kind girls talk about me and call me a clout goblin about 765 times. What I find to be ironic is that they have an hour and a half podcast talking about me. So who is the one chasing the clout here? I don't know, but I don't think it's me. I don't think it's me. They sent a lovely DM asking to send them screenshots so that I can prove all of their lies wrong. Will they give a shit? Probably not. They don't seem like the kind of girls who would. So I just wanted to let you know what you will and will not see here on my page. Will I make you laugh? I hope so. Could I make you cry? I don't know. Maybe. I like to be vulnerable. I like to talk about hard shit. Did I end up with 2 million followers after this entire escapade? Yes, we can all fucking look at my profile and see that. Should I never post again because of it? Is every post I make ever again from now on for the rest of time clout chasing? What would you like me to do? Delete my TikTok and start over? I think that sounds silly. But let me tell you, I also think it's silly to spend an hour and a half in the Year of the Eras tour to go onto a podcast to bully someone who you don't know, to bully someone who was absolutely fucking normal and had 5,000 followers 2 weeks ago and was posting about her miscarriage. That's what you choose to do with your time. That's what you choose to do with your voice. That's what you choose to do with your platform. You do you, girls. It won't be here. It won't be happening here. So you can trust that anytime you see me on your feed, it will be fucking kindness. It will be laughter. It could be tears. It will be anything but bullying.
So I think it's safe to say that she did not like the episode. Yikes. So she posted that last night. So she was not happy about that. She also commented on their episode as well, and then deleted it pretty quickly after that. And it says, "This is the most absurd video I have ever seen. This is the most absurd. I've got some absurd videos. You want to see something crazy? I'll show you something crazy. So much incorrect information being spread by 2 women hopping on a viral moment while at the same time accusing me of clout chasing." Don't worry, we're going to get into all this in a second. FYI, you don't get paid for any views from your personal page, only FYP views, which is crazy. That sucks. I made in total $5,000 effing dollars from the creativity fund. I would absolutely love to send you the screenshots of my creativity fund. Your calculations are horse shit, girls. Damn. I started TikTok to talk about pregnancy and miscarriages. If you take 4 seconds to scroll back on my page, that's irrelevant to this. Who cares? Literally irrelevant to the situation. That sucks for you. I get it. I've been there. Girlfriend. That sucks. But that's irrelevant to this. It doesn't matter. I now have 2 million followers. Would you prefer I never post again so I don't clout chase? No, that's not what we're talking about. I say we. That's not what anyone's talking about, right? I truly can't fathom my platform existing purely to bring other women down. Before we go a little bit further, I want to discuss this because y'all know I hate this shit. So I get accused of this all the time as well. And so does Cheryl and Dale, to the point that we made a podcast called Here for the Clout. Duh. You can be a clout queen, someone who can market the shit out of a certain situation or whatever and like go about it the right way, right? And then you can be a clout goblin who's doing anything for views and does not have a spine or a moral bone in their body and is being more like exploitative even of yourself. You can exploit yourself as well, like Adriel Sigler. That woman is insane. Clout goblin. Okay, that's vegan Riz on TikTok if you have not been exposed to that. Gross. And then she says, you're accusing me of clout chasing, and she tries to Uno reverse them. Many commentary creators in general get this all the time. Well, you're talking about me. Okay. What? And it's like, okay, well, yeah, because you did the thing. So we're going to discuss it because that's our job. There are a million other people talking about it. You can talk about someone being unethical and report what happened without chasing clout. Again, clout meaning views and attention. There is a negative connotation with it, which there shouldn't be. No one is asking her to stop making videos. No, it's just be a little bit more ethical about it. There is a way to do ethical true crime, absolutely, without being distasteful. Look at my podcast co-host, Sherilyn Dale. She is, in my opinion, quite ethical. She works with families a lot. And Katie Sandri, Rug Talk Lady, has even said like, oh, I'm going to do a podcast or whatever. And she was talking about like cold cases and all that. And it's like, awesome, do that. I actually support that. That's cool. If you do it the right way and do it in a way that isn't going to be like sensationalized and exploitative and again, distasteful to the victims and the family. But yes, getting attention on certain things is great. That's awesome. But acting like, oh, well, no one was talking about this cold case until I talked about it. Okay, two things can be true at once. You don't need to, this is not altruism here, babe. This is false altruism is what it is. You're not doing that out of the kindness of your heart. Katie also says that they called her a liar.
I think is their podcast name. And yeah, it's an entire hour and a half episode bashing the shit out of me, calling me a liar about my computer breaking, calling me a liar about getting robbed, saying that I've been clout chasing my whole life because I used to do YouTube when I was a teenager, and then I moved to LA when I was on my 20th birthday actually. Like did these things happen? Yes, but for the last 15 years, I have been normal. Like, I was out of entertainment at the age of 23. I was doing it from 16 to 23, and then from 23 to 34.
Where did they call her a liar? From what I've seen, they did not call her a liar. And then when people asked her that during a live stream, she said, oh, they said that I pricked my finger and like put it on the carpet so that the dogs would sit down.
What was the misinformation on the podcast? Where do I start? They said that I pricked my finger and put my blood, and that was what to get the dogs to sit. That I must have, the only reasonable explanation is that I made myself bleed, and that is how the dog sat. So first off, not true. And then they said that I made hundreds of thousands of dollars. Also not true.
They made a joke about that a bunch of times, and it was like a running, it was a bit. It was a bit during the podcast, and they kept going back to it, and it was really funny.
I just had a thought. What is it? What if? Oh God. She like pricked her finger. I was supposed to say pricked her finger like Little Shop of Horrors and just like squeezed it everywhere. No, but I think that they're specifically, it's not blood. I think they are like dead body dogs.
It is.
Oh, it's blood?
No, the police say blood.
No.
Because that's what they keep referencing, a nosebleed.
Oh my God. Oh, that's what she did. Allegedly. But absolutely.
They Googled it before they found out cadaver dogs were coming. Like, what do they smell for?
Shut the
I'm not really saying that happened, but I wouldn't doubt it.
But like, no, because imagine then they see her blood, let's say, Or maybe she just put one drop.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but that's the thing, is the biggest thing about cadaver dogs is like they can smell a drop of blood when it's underground. So it's like it's in dirt, you wouldn't be able to see it.
That would be a level of cloud goblinery that CCR would quake at. Like, that is seriously just another world. I would be so
Right?
shocked.
And like, I'm not accusing her of doing that.
But we're
I'm
just
saying
exploring, just like she explored
I'm just
several
exploring the
theories.
options. She's a big theory girl.
Yeah,
So.
we're just looking into it.
So no, they never said she was lying about that. However, they did speculate and were confused about the whole like getting robbed situation. And Lily even did a correction in that episode saying, like, yeah, we do think she got, robbed, but we just don't know if it was, how much money, like it is confusing and all that. So yes, the details of it are confusing. And yeah, people can think that you're being dishonest about something. If you're not going to show specific proof about it, then okay, that's open for interpretation. Now, another thing that I think is hilarious is that in her video that she posted in response to them, she again called them bullies multiple times. Of course, I'm biased because I'm friends with them, but I don't think that's, as someone who deals, as she has said, deals with trauma and deals with spooky things with humor, you should be able to take a joke. Okay. It was clearly a joke. But again, I don't think that she is used to it. I don't think she's possibly ready for that. But baby girl, you gotta get ready. You gotta get ready, okay? But in that video, she also said that she DMs them and asks, like, if they want to see her screenshots and proof, like she's not lying, whatever. And of course, with TikTok, you can't send like videos or screenshots or anything until someone accepts your request to do so. The thing is, though, she blocked both Jesse and Lily on TikTok. So how are they supposed to see your DM? If you block someone on TikTok, they can't see your DM. They also can't respond to you. So are you really open to having that conversation? Because I mean, right there, that's lying by omission. Kind of left that big detail out that they can't talk to you. She also deleted the comment that she left on their episode about her. And then also from what I have seen, she's been deleting a lot of comments that are in support of them, and then also or calling her out, blocking a lot of people. She hasn't blocked me yet, and I commented so many times in her live stream asking why she blocked Lily. Also, if she knows Miley Cyrus. Allegedly, she was in like a video with Miley Cyrus. So now let's go over some of these unsavory, unethical aspects of this girl's series. Now, there were a lot of people that did not like the jokes that Katie was saying about people with dementia and how she was responding to people calling her out for that.
And so she can't go to the nursing home until tonight. So I'm sorry. I thought
Don't go to sleep at 7.
I thought the daughter was gonna be like, oh yeah, for sure. We buried our dog Harold under that tree. Case closed. Dunzo. But that's not what happened. We have to wait for her to go see mom and dad at the nursing home and hope that their dementia.
Oh my God.
Holy shit. Oh my, I'm actually gonna fucking lose my mind right now. And people just commenting, you think they'll tell the truth? You're still gonna have to dig it up. When I worked in a nursing home, we had an old man confess to a murder that happened many, many years ago. They're old. They're dying.
And she comments back,
they don't know.
You never know.
Oh my God. She is... Okay, you are on my shit list now, lady. It started off, you were just a little cloud goblin. I can smell it. Now you're starting to piss me off. You hope the dementia didn't wipe away their memory of the rug? You are a witch. Like, what the fuck?
It's not that couldn't happen. Is that like...
This person commented, so someone commented and was basically saying that, it's distasteful, not okay, whatever, for her to, make jokes about dementia or something, right? And she commented, said, my grandpa died with dementia. Oh my God, same. Well, Tony's grandpa, but same. I've also joked about my own miscarriage in between crying. If my sense of humor isn't for everyone, that's fine. Just scroll on. And someone said, it still is a disrespectful thing to joke about, and I think you should apologize for it. It's honestly not a good look. And they had a valid criticism for that one, especially talking about elderly people like that. So y'all know I definitely am someone who deals with trauma. Me and my family have tumor humor, as we call it. But doing that with your own family and your own problems, okay, completely different than joking about someone else's family and them having that issue, right? So while I do agree with Katie saying, hey, if my sense of humor isn't for you, keep on going, because I get that shit all the time. So I get it. However, just like with the scammers and other pieces of poop on the internet, what you're saying right this moment doesn't apply to the context of the situation as a whole. It's okay for you to joke about your own issues. then to joke about someone else's issues when, hey, you might not be okay with that. No, distasteful. And also congratulations, you're an influencer now. Congratulations. There's some things you can't say on the internet that, hey, might be funny to you and your family, you and your friends, but no. And I think that's one thing that people are missing here. And of course, there are people who are going to be like, oh, they're jealous. Haters are just jealous. No. People who are absolute pieces of garbage and, who just don't like you for literally no reason, or hey, have bitch eating crackers syndrome, which if you don't know, BEC syndrome is where someone could be doing anything. Look at that bitch eating crackers over there like she owns the place, right? They could be just breathing and you hate it, okay? Not saying like you don't want them alive, but you get it, hopefully. If you don't, rewind. But that's the thing is, people are going to hate you for no reason. People are going to maybe even like you for, hey, no reason. But a lot of times, sure, haters are just haters. But hey, guess what? Not every piece of not positive or constructive feedback that you receive is not hate. You being called out for distasteful behavior is not hate. Are there people who take it too far? Can tone be misconstrued and interpreted in a way that it was not meant to be via comments? Absolutely, yeah. And if you're very new to this, like this person is, then yeah, you might not know how to deal with all this. And you might not have that thick skin already after a week. But she has also said, oh, well, I'm not new to this. I had a YouTube channel before and, she met these famous people and she traveled and she did all this and was a Jonas Brothers YouTube channel or some shit like that, right? So which one is it? Are you used to the attention or are you not, right? She's beautiful again. And now while I agree with, hey, if you think it's distasteful and my sense of humor is not for you, then okay. However, that's not what was happening. This person was saying, hey, this person was talking about Katie's interpretation of the criticism of, hey, that's distasteful. I don't like that. And saying, oh, if you don't like it, just keep scrolling, meaning like, don't interact with me or like, don't watch my content. Girl, you think Jesse and Lily are watching your content? No. Sure, they might have understood what was going on, followed the timeline and followed, this specific instance purely to be able to do an episode about it. But they ain't interacting with you. They're keeping it on their side, on their part of the internet. Also, I do have names for all of my wigs. So if you have any name change suggestions, let me know in the comments below, please. Because now that I have so many more, I just bought like 6 more wigs. I was stress shopping as I was packing up and preparing my house for evacuation. Beautiful. My dog and my baby took a chunk out of this. So there was the dementia comment that obviously distasteful. And then there, of course, is the lack of internet security, privacy, whatever. And of course, that only affects her and her family, but like also her kid. And so I think that's an important thing too to discuss. She had even said like, there are so many people who now know where I live. And it's like, girl, what are you doing? Don't do that. You don't need people to know where you live. Please do not do that. There are crazy people out there, especially on TikTok. TikTok is spooky. Okay. I can't be doing all that. So another aspect that a lot of people are not liking is the unethical or quirkification, whatever. Not everything's an ification of the true crime genre, right? Now, again, I do think there's a right way to go about it. Then obviously there is a wrong way to go about it. And she has been saying that she is going to do certain things with true crime in the future. Hey, she hasn't done it yet. So if she does do it in a good way, awesome. Maybe she will learn from that. However, she did apparently make merch or was going to make merch that said like motherhood and murder or like mom stuff and murder, something like that. And it was just like not good merch. And that's weird. That's very weird. Also, let's talk about merch for a second. Listen, and I'm guilty of this too, for sure. I need to completely, I know I say I do this all the time, but I need to definitely revamp my designs 100%. I need to just pay someone to design everything for me and like we'll work with them to design everything because dear God, the best type of merch is when it is something that is very wearable. Someone who doesn't even know about your podcast, your content, your platform, or like where the shirt is from or what it relates to could wear it and like it, right? And that's important. But if it's too niche and too much like of like inside jokes and stuff, not a lot of people are going to buy it. Okay. Especially with how expensive things are. And yes, unfortunately with creator merch, most it sucks, but it's going to be expensive unless you are buying it in bulk up front and then like shipping it out yourself. But a lot of times people can't do that. And so it'll all just be made to order through a site like Printify, Printily, Fourth Wall. I think hers looks like it's Fourth Wall. It is, yeah. Hers is Fourth Wall. I use Fourth Wall as well, and I like them. They're pretty awesome, but it is made to order. So it looks like she has almost everything priced as low as she can for these certain items, which is good because you have to at least make it so that you make like $1 profit or like 50 cents profit or something like that. But that's good. It looks like she does have them as low as she possibly can, that's good. However, yeah, $40, $39 for a hoodie, that's a lot. But again, that's the lowest she can put it on there for. So it's okay. And listen, if people do buy this, then fine. The one that says just keep digging is the design of it is a little bit better than the first ones that she put out, but it still seems a little bit distasteful. And people can say all day long, like, oh, well, there's, so many movies about, murder and stuff and all this. And it's like, okay, but still there is that conversation to be had of the ethics aspect of it. And again, we can say, okay, well, now we know that there wasn't a body in the rug, but we didn't know, the royal we, including her, didn't know that prior to getting that information, right? She was, in my opinion, exploiting there possibly being a person in that and it relating to a missing persons case before that. The sensationalization of it is just at that time, we didn't know that. So if there was one in there, then what? Would she have kept going and been selling merch about how she, in this certain situation that I'm making up, be selling merch about how she found someone's body? That's not okay. That's not okay. I think that if she does a podcast, she should keep it to talking about cold cases and maybe even talking about like people like stumbling upon and like having a cold case solved, like just by, I don't want to say pure luck, but things like that. Like I found this in my backyard and it turns out, oh, hey, like just crazy one-off things like that could be great. But having the balance of, working with victims, working with families and things like that is really important. That could be great. But again, there's a way to go about it. And I don't think that the way that she, has gone about certain things with this is okay. So beautiful. This one's really pretty. I love it. So like I said, she posted that video saying that she was being bullied and she can't imagine having a platform to like just bully people or bring people down. Girl, let's stop it with you're bringing women down. Why don't women just support women? Guess what? Don't care what you got going on down there or what you identify as. If you're doing shitty things, you're probably going to get called out for it on the internet. Okay? It's not this, I'm just a woman. You can't call me out. You also a woman. I'll punch you in the throat. Not condoning violence. That is a joke. For legal purposes, that's a joke. That's a joke. Since apparently Katie, she's going to be like, oh my gosh, she's trying to fight me. Since Katie does not know how to distinguish a joke, apparently. So many foam heads. And I have to order another pack of them so all my wigs can fit. But this whole playing the victim and being like, oh, they're just using me for clout. Girl, most people don't know your name. They just know about rugs on TikTok. They're not using your name for clout. No. And also, it's not your name, it's the situation itself. It's not you, it's the situation. I'm sure this will probably blow over as it does on TikTok. The TikTok virality cycle will do its thing and it'll pass, girl. That's it. So hopefully you are able to transition this into a successful podcast or continue to, I don't know, find things buried in your yard. Because if not, it's probably just gonna, settle out. And yeah, you probably will still have, a good amount of consistent views. Maybe you're able to keep that going. It seems like some people do really like your personality and that's wonderful. But saying, well, I have more followers than them. I've never heard of them. Doesn't matter if you've never heard of them. There's people on YouTube with millions of subscribers that I've never heard of. Clearly someone's heard of them. But of course, that is just a great example of a logical fallacy known as an ad hominem. instead of actually being able to have a rebuttal to the conversation and the topic or point at hand, i.e., Jesse and Lily saying, hey, this girl's a clout goblin, in our opinion. Instead, the clout goblin or individual who's being called out will say something directed towards that other party specifically and invalidate their argument by insulting them or their job or their channel. Basically, not sticking to the conversation at hand or the subject or the point that was actually made. A little Uno reverse, if you will. Kind of like the insert valid criticism here, and then having the response of, yeah, well, you're ugly, or you're just jealous. Okay, girls, is that all you got to say? You're just jealous? Y'all, scroll through, don't touch the poop, obviously. This is not an interactive experience, not a petting zoo. Don't interact with her. I'm not telling you to do that, please. But if you just scroll through those comments, so many people, they're just jealous. Of what? And of course, again, of the 2.2 million followers. No, Jesse and Lily are OGs on the internet. They have both had that many followers. They have both had and still have they on their second life. All right. They've continued to have a lot of success on the internet. And in my opinion, more sustainable success than this person. So what she is saying here when she's like, oh, well, you just don't want me to post, or you're calling me a clout goblin, or, saying I'm just doing this for clout. Well, what are you doing? You're talking about people on the internet too, and not really understanding that it's not you talking about people on the internet. It's how you are going about it and how you are approaching the situation. And it's a great example of the either or fallacy or a false dichotomy. And an either or fallacy, which also false dichotomy falls under that, but it's very black and white thinking, or binary thinking, if you will. That's another fallacy. The either or fallacy occurs when someone is presented with only two options and must choose one. The two options appear to be mutually exclusive. However, additional logical analysis can reveal a third or more options. Common forms of either or fallacy include false dichotomy, false dilemma, and binary thinking. And you can see examples of that as well. You're either a cat or a dog person. No one loves them both equally. If you're not a vegetarian, you must not care about animal welfare. If you're not with me, you're against me. So again, it just comes back to the, hey, two things can be true at once. You can talk about someone on the internet or talk about other people or whatever situations or viral moments, and that doesn't mean that you're a clout goblin. That just means you are giving commentary. All right, kids, let's go over some honorable mentions that we have here, shall we? So they legit wouldn't have a job if there was nothing to talk about. Hey girl, neither would the news. What? Like if they are the ones chasing clout, not you. You're an icon. Clearly, this person hasn't spent much time on YouTube and doesn't know the respect that she should put on their names because they've been around forever. Also, again, giving your opinion on the internet, talking about other people, that's not a bad thing at all. You can absolutely be a commentator, give an opinion, be a reaction channel, be a podcast or whatever, without chasing clout in the negative connotation sense, right? Without being a clout goblin. Because yes, the argument stands of whenever people are like, you just posted this for views. Well, yeah, no shit, that's my job. That's not the insult you think it is. It's like, no, I posted it because it interests me and I wanted to talk about it. Thanks. And that goes for Jesse and Lily as well. They're not going to post something if they don't find it interesting. Imagine going up to someone at their job and be like, ugh, you're just here to make money. You're just here to work. Ugh, my God. Like, yeah, that's kind of what jobs are, to, sustain your life and pay for things because we live in a capitalistic society, And she said, right, their whole job is bandwagoning off of other people, but they're not the clout goblins. No, babe, they are clout queens. What you are saying is, in my opinion, invalid. That doesn't make sense. Their whole job is bandwagoning off other people. You're not even using the term correctly. That doesn't even make sense. Their job is talking about internet bullshit, of internet culture. You talked about a rug. They were not being mean. Get over yourself, grow up. If you're gonna have a podcast yourself, you need to do that. Which to me feels like them actually clout chasing. No, that's not what clout chasing means. No. If they were purely using something for attention, they would have covered someone or something that actually would have gotten them more views, which according to their average view count, we can see here, her name, or just rug talk, rug TikTok, has not garnered them more views than they would have gotten anyway. it might get a little bit of a boost now because she has talked about it. However, she has never said specifically their names or the podcast name on her content or on her replies in comments. Liked so many comments that are not very nice. So playing the victim, saying that it costs $0 to be nice and that you just think everyone should be nice to each other. But then comments like really not being nice, you're liking and replying to or like in support of, that seems weird. Especially when like they didn't give you that energy. They didn't do that to you. However, she interpreted it as that from what she has said or shown. And this girl, her name's Stephanie. She sucks. Don't go harass these people. It says, Jessie Smiles has made so much money over exaggerating her life stories. I don't know a soul that listens to her podcast. Ohio Girlies Unite. Y'all from Ohio? It makes sense. If you watch my channel and you're from Ohio, I love you. But these turds, these people are not okay. Also, don't call yourself girlies. That's our thing. And that seems, this girl might not mean it this way. Jessie, fast forward 2 minutes, about to go off. But the thing is that when you think of controversies or storytelling or whatever with Jessie Smiles, what do you think of? Probably think of 2 instances, one original instance and then one that kind of stemmed off of that was fucking crazy too, right? One traumatic instance and then one thing that re-traumatized her from that situation, right? So, hey, this girl might not be referring to those instances, but that's what I think. That's what comes to mind. Over-exaggerate, implying that someone potentially, in my opinion, implying that someone is over-exaggerating their trauma, which was proven to be true. Yikes.
Some of us shouldn't have to take this workshop because some of us are just victims in the situation.
I am the fucking victim.
That's probably true.
And it's all public. Like, the truth is public.
How many of you have ever felt personally victimized by
The Gabby Show?
Gabby Hanna.
Gabby Hannah.
Gabby Hanna.
Gabby Hanna?
Gabby.
Gabby Hanna.
This girl is the nastiest skank bitch I've ever met.
Her name is Gabby Hanna.
These are bullies. High school fucking bullies.
Yikes, buddy. Yikes. Also, you don't know a soul that listens to her podcast? Jessie Smiles and the other girl? Sounds like your friends are boring. And to reiterate, one person said, what were the wildly inaccurate facts? Because she did say that they were spreading, lies about her. She said that I used my own blood to get them to sit, that I lied about my live money being stolen, that I lied about how much he made. Who's he? What are you talking about? And this person, Zoe, who I assume is a girly, said she was speculating. They also said it could have been a nosebleed from years ago. And they later clarified that as well. But again, when you're playing the victim like that, it doesn't matter. These facts don't matter, babe. Beautimus. I'm obsessed with this one. I'm obsessed with all of them, but this one is actually one of my favorites. Do y'all hear my son right now? He sounds so funny, but I can't go out there because then he'll scream and run to me and then he gets sad when I go back in my office. This one is my Ariel wig or Poison Ivy wig or whatever, red. She needs a lot of help. I need to do some shit to her. So I'm sure there will be many updates on this, and I'm sure that Cher and I on Here for the Clout will probably talk about it as well this week, and we'll probably do an update over there because we film on either Tuesday or Wednesday nights. So we'll probably have an update for y'all over there. And obviously, Do We Know Them is most likely going to be talking about this as well on this week's episode, probably on their Friday episode, because it's already Monday right now. So be on the lookout for those updates. Girly pop. Oh my God. I need to trim this one. This is atrocious. As always, if you are subscribed, your butt looks so good. If you're not subscribed, I don't know what your butt looks like. It's probably one of them flat 90s pancake booties, okay? I appreciate all of the well wishes through, spooky times here in the Tampa Bay area with the past 2 hurricanes. I'm sure that I will probably get some unhinged comments on this video, and hey, that's okay too. If you want to come back in a day or 2 after this is posted, feel free to do so, to look at all the crazy comment. And please don't touch the poop. Please don't harass anyone that I mentioned in this video. Feel free to go subscribe to and listen to the Do We Know Them podcast and support the gals, the girls, the girlies, and then also support me and Cher's podcast Here for the Clout. Like I said before, if you want to support the Amazon Hurricane Relief Registry that I made, and that I will be delivering supplies and all that to people in my area. Please click the link in the description box below for that. I will also put it in my link tree as well. People have asked, how can we help you specifically? Because yes, we did have a lot of flood damage in our house, which sucks. However, I'm fine. It's okay. Just watch my videos, comment, share the podcast. That's how you can help me, and I will appreciate it. And if you're unable to give to the relief registry, the Amazon registry I made, sharing it, even if you have 4 followers on Instagram or wherever, that helps too. I would really appreciate it. So remember that your feelings are valid. Not everything's about you. You don't need to take everything personally. My son is screaming. And I hope you have a great day, night, weekend whenever you're watching this. I need to give this wig a real good trim because holy shit, this is atrocious. Thanks. I'll have to do that another day. I mean, that would make it like more wearable for me anyways. So I guess I could do just do that right now. Oh well, yeah. I need to like cut to here, I think. It's too long anyways. It's okay. All right. I will see you on my next video. Goodbye.